Hi! In the last session, we have learned about ethics in computing. Today, let's learn about some unethical practices while we are online. We will learn today some unethical practices like plagiarism, hacking, spamming, phishing, etc. So let's start our session. We have learned ethics in computing. Computing ethics is a set of moral principles that govern how to use computers so as not to cause any harm to others and others' data. And issues related to computing ethics include privacy, intellectual property and rights, social effects such as on environment and on society. Now let's learn about unethical practices. Unethical practices are the practices that you must avoid while using online computing. Some of the unethical practices are plagiarism, cyberbullying, hackers and crackers, phishing, spamming, individual right to privacy, software piracy, intellectual property rights. Plagiarism, cyberbullying, hackers and crackers, phishing, spamming, individual right to privacy, software piracy, intellectual property rights. Let us learn one by one. First, let us learn plagiarism. The word plagiarism is derived from the Latin word plegere, which means to kidnap, but in the field of computing, it means stealing the ideas, thoughts, or writings of other people and using them by your name without the knowledge of original author. This is one of the serious offences which is punishable under the cyber law. So now plagiarism means stealing, and stealing one's ideas or creations, and you are representing it as your own work, and moreover without giving any credit to the creator or without citing the source of information or creation. So let us learn how to avoid this plagiarism. For that, first acknowledging the sources. If you want to use some information from a book or some website in your work, always acknowledge the source along with such information from where it is taken. You must mention from where you took that information. Second point is take permission from the author. Suppose you want to create a short film by reading some story. So first you get permission from that author. If they want some money, you can pay for that. Like that, you have to take permission. Then you can use it in your creation. You can create short film or film taking that idea. So such like that, first take permission from the author. Take written permission from the author of the original work for using the content in your own work. Third point, read and reframe. Do not just use the contents as it is from the source, but read from the various sources and put them in your own words. You can reframe. You can read, get the ideas from some other books or from websites, but you have to reframe that to use it by yours. Use quotations. Put everything that comes from some other source within quotes. So in this, using these methods, we can prevent plagiarism. Next one is cyberbullying. Cyber harassment is a kind of unethical practice which deals with online threatening, harassing, or humiliating other people by posting some rumors, or remarks about them or by disclosing their personal information. Cyberbullying is very common among teenagers and young people. It can be very stressful for the victims and can harm them to a great extent. Suppose you post your friend's report card on internet which shows to the public the low marks he secured for the exams. It might be fun for you and your friends may enjoy the prank, but for your friend it will be distressing. Similar line, spreading rumors about someone or posting negative comments is also considered as cyberbullying. This may thus make it a point to follow the internet ethics and be a good digital citizen. Now let's see how we can prevent cyberbullying. Never disclose your personal information online and avoid posting your photos on social networking sites. Anyone can collect your information and your photos and they can misuse that. So keep in mind while posting your personal information and photos and social medias. Second point, keep a check on the privacy settings of your social media account and make sure that it is visible to non-person only. Your personal details you have given in the Facebook or WhatsApp, it can view by only that who are in your contacts only. You have to make it that only view by only your contact list persons, those who are in your contact list. Third point, never share your password or online credentials with others. Don't give your passwords or this OTP like that things. Don't share such things to others. Fourth point, be careful while posting any message on the internet because it will remain as a footprint and anyone at any time can go through that and they can read at any time. So that will be there in the online as your footprint. So be careful while posting any comments. Next one is hackers and crackers. Hacking means gaining unlawful access to a computer. A person who hacks a computer is called a hacker. A hacker may change or alter computer system security features to steal data or cause harm to a computer system. Hacker and cracker are two associated terms. Both a hacker and a cracker gain access to a computer, but both are different. While hackers' intention is to find security loopholes so as to correct it and enhance security, whereas a cracker does so with a negative intention of causing harm or stealing data. At times you may find both are same, but both are different. Hacker is a person who possesses high-level computer skills, a good programmer, and has a good knowledge of machine and operating system. He attempts to gain access to a remote computer for which he is not authorized, and with the intention of corrupting or stealing data in that system. But the main aim of hacking is to know the details of the system and how does it work rather than causing any damage to the user's data. So most probably, most of the companies are recruiting hackers for checking their system, their online, keeping the online security of the systems. So bank or other good companies are recruiting hackers. Their aim is to check the security of their data. Whereas crackers is a person who is an expert in breaking the security of a system or network to steal important information without the consent of its owner. Their intention is to cause damage to other users. They are considered to be more dangerous than hackers. So both are working same way. They will break the security, but one person for checking the system, security systems, but the other one is stealing the data or damaging the system. So that's the difference between hacking and cracking. Unethical hacking is usually done by applying various modes and tactics. Some of them are social engineering, network infrastructure attacks, operating system attacks, application attacks. These are some modes of unethical hacking. Social engineering means it is tricking people so that they themselves break security procedures of their computers and allow access. Tricking, by tricky method, they will send message and they will access the security access to their systems. This is using social engineering. Next point is network infrastructure attacks. It is getting hold of network. They will get the hold of the network by using technological methods. They will access the network control, and using that they will hack the systems. Third point is operating system attacks. It is a method of hacking into operating systems of computer systems, example Windows, Unix, Linux, etc., and then getting hold of the computer system. Through operating system, using the Windows operating system or Linux operating system, they can enter into the system and they can hack the system. Last point is application attacks. It is a method of hacking a specific computer software or application via the application software. Along with application, some application, they will enter into the system. Using email application, they can enter. So like that is using some application, they can enter into the computer system and they can attack. To prevent unethical hacking, we have to do change passwords often, configuring firewalls, performing attack and penetration test, using antivirus software, changing default passwords and on devices, restrict software installation. So first one, changing passwords often. Choose a strong password and keep changing it often. A strong password has at least 8 or more characters and has both uppercase and lowercase letters along with digits and special symbols. To create a strong password, you must use uppercase, lowercase, symbols, numbers, all this, and it must have at least 8 characters. Next point is configuring firewalls. Firewall is a software that prevents unauthorized access to a computer system. So it will block when some applications are coming to your system through internet. Firewall will block that and it will not give access to that particular application. So use firewalls. Performing attack and penetration test. Time to time perform test to ensure that system is hack proof. Using antivirus software. Install efficient and effective antivirus software on your computer system. Next point is changing default passwords on devices. When you are getting your internet, along with that you will get a password, or when you are getting ATM card, you will get along with that there will be a password. So default, that passwords are called default password. You should change that password immediately after getting the access. Change your default password from time to time. Restrict software installation. Do not install each and every software or application you like. Some of you are installing all the games that are available through the internet. So don't install all such applications or software to your system. Ensure its credibility and usage before installing it. You must study that whether it is good software or what are the features. After that you can install software or application to your system. Next one is phishing. Phishing is the fraudulent attempt to obtain sensitive information or data such as usernames, passwords and credit card details by disguising oneself as a trustworthy entity in an electronic communication. So phishing is pronounced like phishing, common phishing, F-I-S-H-I-N-G. Both are pronunciation is same and working functioning is also same. In phishing, you catch fish by luring them with a bait. Similarly, in this computer phishing, an unsuspecting user is tricked and taken to a website which appears like a genuine website but is actually a fraud site. Then the user is tricked to give his or her personal information such as login details or bank details or account details. Using this information, user's data or money is stolen or user is caused harm in other ways. Let us see how phishing is carried out. So first, it will appear as too good to be true. Lucrative offers and eye-catching or attention-grabbing statements. These statements are designed to attract people's attention immediately. They will say 1 lakh rupees. You have won 1 lakh rupees. Or bumper purchase discount, like that. For instance, many claim that you have won an iPhone, a lottery or some other lavish prize. Just don't click on any suspicious emails. Remember that if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. Second one, sense of urgency. A favorite tactic among cyber criminals is to ask you to act fast because the super deals are only for a limited time. So click now itself, within these seconds. They will show the seconds running out the seconds. Some of them will even tell you that you have only few minutes to respond. When you come across these kinds of emails, it is best to just ignore them. Sometimes they will tell you that your account will be suspended unless you update your personal details immediately. Most reliable organizations give enough time before they terminate an account, and they never ask patrons to update personal details over the internet. When in doubt, visit the source directly rather than clicking a link in an email. Third point, hyperlinks. A hyperlink may not be all it appears to be. Hovering over a link shows you the actual URL where you will be directed upon clicking on it. You can just hover your mouse over that hyperlink, then it will display the link, so you can understand to where it will take you. It could be completely different, or it could be a popular website with a misspelling. For instance, www.bankofamerica.com. The M is actually an R here, Bank of America. This is RN and an N. You can see here R and N. So we will read that as America. So look carefully the website. Fourth one, attachments. If you see an attachment in an email you weren't expecting or that doesn't make sense, don't open it. They often contain payloads like ransomware or other viruses. The only file type that is always safe to click is a t.txt file extension file. .txt file extension, that is safe. So check the attachments also. Next point, unusual sender. Whether it looks like it's from someone you don't know or someone you do know, if anything seems out of the ordinary, unexpected, out of character, or just suspicious in general, don't click on it. Some of the hackers of phishing is like this. They will collect the contact list they will enter into our email and they will collect our contact list, and they will send mails as we are sending mails asking for some money, or we are in a critical situation like that. So if it is from an unknown person, we will put it in the spam. But as this person sender is known to you, then sure you will open, and reading that message you will click on the link to send the money. Click on this, I am in an urgency, so please send some money or something like that. Message will appear in that link, and you can click on the link to give the person to send some money. So when you click on the link, everything they can get collect all the details about you. Like that, they will first they will hack your email account, and they will send message to your contact list from your then their contact list to their contact list. Like that, they will send millions of messages to everyone. So whether it is from someone you don't know or someone you do know, anything is unexpected, don't click on it. Next point is how we can prevent phishing. To protect against spam mails, spam filters can be used. Generally, the filters assess the origin of the message, the software used to send the message, and the appearance of the message to determine if it is spam. Occasionally, spam filters may even block emails from legitimate sources also. So it is not always 100% accurate. The browser settings should be changed to prevent fraudulent websites from opening. Browsers keep a list of fake websites, and when you try to access the website, the address is blocked or an alert message is shown. The settings of the browser should only allow reliable websites to open up. Third point, many websites require users to enter login information while the user image is displayed. This type of system may be open to security attacks. One way to ensure security is to change passwords on a regular basis and never use the same password for multiple accounts. It is also a good idea for websites to use a CAPTCHA system for added security. That means some numbers, they will ask you to enter some, they will show some numbers and they will ask you to enter that same numbers. That is for double security. Banks and financial organizations use monitoring systems to prevent phishing. Individuals can report phishing to industry groups where legal actions can be taken against these fraudulent websites. Organizations too should provide security awareness training to employees to recognize the risk. Changes in browsing habits are required to prevent phishing. If verification is required, always contact the company personally before entering any details online. If there is a link in an email, hover over the URL. Hover over means you keep the mouse over that. Secure websites with a valid secure socket layer, that is SSL certificate, begin with as we have learned, HTTPS. Eventually all sites will be required to have a valid SSL. The sites starting with HTTPS are secure sites, so you have to check before entering your personal details. In this method we can prevent phishing. Next is spamming. Spamming is the use of messaging systems to send an unsolicited message to large number of recipients for the purpose of commercial advertising or for any prohibited purpose. Next is individual right to privacy. Individuals' right to privacy in context of computing and information pertains to following three issues. First one, collecting information, storing information, distributing information. The right to privacy also involves the decisions like what information about oneself or one's associations must a person reveal to others. Second one, under what conditions and with what safeguards. Third point is what things can people keep to them and not be forced to reveal to others. With the growth of information technology and with its enhanced capacity for surveillance, communication, computation, storage and retrieval, it can easily be used to invade one's privacy. Also, with the increased value of information in decision making, this threat becomes more serious. So, ethical issues pertaining to this involves that one must not use computers to collect, store or distribute information that is owned by someone else. In simple words, one must not invade one's privacy. Don't go deep into others' privacy. Software piracy. Software piracy is defined as legally copying software that does not belong to you in copy manner that violates the copyright. An example of software piracy is when you download Microsoft Word from a file sharing website without paying for it. It will become software piracy. Software piracy does not require a hacker or a skilled coder programmer. Any normal person with a computer can become a software pirate. Software piracy is the act of stealing software that is legally protected. This stealing includes copying, distributing, modifying or selling the software. Different types of software piracy. Soft lifting. Soft lifting is when someone purchases one version of the software and downloads it onto multiple computers, even though the software license states it should only be downloaded once. This often occurs in business or school environments and is usually done to save money. Soft lifting is the most common type of software piracy. So, the schools or business institutions, they will buy for one license they will take and they will share that for multiple systems. That is soft lifting. Next one is uploading and downloading.
That means making copies of software and making it available to people using another computer. So here, client-server overuse is when too many people on a network use one main copy of the program at the same time. This often happens when business are on a local area network and download the software for all employees to use. As suppose we are using one software, we brought one software for the computer lab and all the 40 students are using that same software like that. This becomes a type of software piracy if the license doesn't entitle you to use it multiple times. Next one is the intellectual property rights. Intellectual property rights or IPR are legal rights aimed at protecting the creations of the intellect, such as inventions, the appearance of products, literacy, artistic and scientific works and science among others. Copyright, trademark and patent are most common type of IP protection. These grant you the exclusive right to protect to your creations, especially when used to the commercial gains of use. And different types of creations and their intellectual property rights. Literary, artistic and scientific works, copyright. Performance of performing artist, phonogram recording by producers and rights of broadcasters over the radio and TV programs, their related rights or neighboring rights. Inventions, patents and utility models. Product appearance, design, signs, works, phrases, symbols or designs which are used as brands of goods and services. For them, trademark. These are the intellectual property rights for the creations. The ethical issue involved with it is that information must not be exchanged without the consent of its owner.
By this, let's wind up the session for today. All of you please read your textbook. And for the exam, you will have chapter 4 and chapter 7, page number 128 onwards. From Mark Q onwards. So all of you prepare well for the exam. There will be inside questions from the chapter. So all of you please study the definitions from the textbook and read your text thoroughly. All the best for your exam. Thank you.